Oh, I accidentally stopped my recording, so this will be, I guess, part 2. So the quote here says, our Ikigai is different for all of us, but one thing we have in common is that we're all searching for meaning. When we spend our days feeling connected to what is meaningful to us, we live more fully. When we lose the connection, we feel despair. The third sphere that we'll be discussing is called you are great at. What is it that you really, really good? What are your talents and the best skills are, right? Anything, this sphere will include anything you're particularly good at. Hobbies you pursue, talents you've shown since early childhood, right? What are you good at? Are you good in playing piano? Are you good in public speaking? Are you good in sports, brain surgery, painting? This is about talents and capabilities and whether or not you're passionate about them. It's not about whether the world needs them or whether you can get paid about. What are you doing best, better than anyone else? And the quote here is, our Ikigai is different for all of us. The one thing we have in common is that we're all searching for meaning. When we spend our days feeling connected to what is meaningful to us, we live more fully. When we lose the connection, we lose despair. We feel despair. Same? Yeah, I'm going to have to change it. The fourth sphere is you love it. This sphere includes what we do or experience that brings us the most joy in life. It makes us feel most alive and fulfilled. Okay, this is about your passions. What we love in this sense might be sailing, might be writing poetry. Okay, it's not necessarily the same as what you do best, right? Rock climbing, dancing, singing, reading, spending time with friends. It's very important to understand that we must allow ourselves to think deeply about what we love without any concern for whether we're good at it, whether the world needs it, or if we can get paid for doing it. And the quote here is that life is not a problem to be solved. Just remember to have something that keeps you busy doing what you love while being surrounded by the people who love you. And it's further noted, right? I'm going to bring your attention here. Look at these intersections that are combined, this common area between the first and the second sphere, second and the third and the fourth and the first, okay? It's interesting to understand that at the intersection of what you love and what you're good at is your passion. Intersection of what you love and what the world needs is your mission. Intersection of what the world needs and what you can get paid for is your vocation. And the intersection of what you're good at and what you can get paid for is your profession. Okay. Ikigai is action we take in pursuit of happiness. Okay. A sweet spot within the Ikigai diagram would therefore involve something that you're passionate about, that you're also good at, that the world needs, and something that you will get paid for. For example, if somebody's passionate about crisis counseling, I'll bring my example. I'm passionate about Neurographica, and I'm skilled in it, right? I have the knowledge, I have the experience, I'm constantly expanding it, I'm constantly learning how to bring more into this field. And I work as full-time, right, as a Neurographic instructor, as a coach, right? And that's my Ikigai, yeah? We don't create our feelings, it says here. They simply come to us and we have to accept them. The trick is welcoming them, right? It's talking about passion. There is a healthy debate whether the diagram discussed above best represent a traditional Japanese concept of Ikigai or the westernized version of it. Because Japanese culturally may have a different understanding, may different have connection to it, right? Some people say that Ikigai doesn't have to involve that something that the world needs or that something you get paid for or that is a talent, right? They talk about Ikigai for them is not a goal to pursue, to achieve. They rather believe that Ikigai is embracing the joy of little things. It's being about here and now, reflecting on past happy memories, and having a frame of mind that one can build a happy and active life. Such a concept of Ikigai reportedly has little to do with professional success or entrepreneurship. But this is important to understand that this concept of Ikigai would refer to something like close to Zen Buddhist mentality, emphasizing being active, being in the moment, taking small, finding a state of flow, right? But at this point, the way we're looking at it as a coaching module, in our frame of mind, does not matter whether the Ikigai diagram we're using is traditional or not. Most importantly, it is a useful, functional task, functional tool to use, right? And here, the journey is just as important as reaching the goal, right? It's not just about finding that little tiny circle in the middle that we discussed, that we showed, but also looking at each one of your spheres, fulfilling them. We're going to talk about it later, filling them out, figuring out how to find each of the spheres within you is what will bring you to the root, to the road of happiness, passion, doing good for others, okay? And here's a quote. If you look at the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden. Let's understand more about the cultural depths and interpretation, right? Again, this is a Japanese concept. So this refers to, what is it based on? This came from the Japanese towns of Gimi and Okinawa, which are famous for their high concentration of centenarians. Centenarians are people who live to 100 years or beyond. So researchers have been fascinated by the longevity of the Okinawians and Ogigimians. And yes, and they started doing research, and that's where they came up with this concept, right? That it is best attributed, researchers saying, to the combination of multiple factors, such as not just finding the four spheres of the Ikigai, but also community bonds, physical activity, sense of purpose, diet. If you think about it, all of this four part that I mentioned could fit into the spheres of Ikigai, okay? Again, during the Neuro-Ikigai session, which is what we're going to do, we're going to actually practically sit down. I will explain to you how to bring the functionality of each of the spheres, okay, to further work with this model. Finding your Ikigai refers to finding purpose in life is one of the most, because finding a purpose in life is one of the most fundamental human needs. If we talk about Maslow's pyramid, right, it's up there on top. And if we talk about those pyramids, it's a mission, right? Yet we all know that we struggle to trying to unlock what is it that we really want in life, what we need in life, what we love in life, right? So the Japanese concept of Ikigai is what can help us, right? Again, there's no definite translation, but Ikigai can be understood as a reason for being, for what makes life worth living. Ikigai rests at the point in which our passions and talents converge with what others need and are willing to pay, right? Look at the quote. It says, a reason for being and living, even when faced with adversity, hardship, and suffering, is what Ikigai is. Finding while we're Ikigai not only will bring us more meaning and purpose, it will also facilitate enhanced physical health and mental well-being. For instance, Ikigai has been shown to influence immune function and increase life expectancy. It will bring to reduce anxiety and improve resilience. It's also a way to work through the challenging time by providing us, as it will provide us with much needed perspective and direction. 3 examples of living according to Ikigai. There's a famous Japanese sushi chef, Jiro Ono, right? The way Chef Ono has devoted his life to innovating and perfecting the sushi making. He runs a small, exclusive 10-seat sushi restaurant in Tokyo, Japan, right? Imagine how small it is. But it got the highest Michelin restaurant guide rating of 3 stars. And he's considered to be the most accomplished sushi chef globally. And this is what he says. His quote is, you have to fall in love with your work. You have to dedicate your life to mastering your skill. I'll keep trying to reach the top, but no one knows where the top is. Very interesting, right? And this is a great illustration how one can use Ikigai as a devotion to one's love, effort toward mastery, accomplishment, never-ending journey that also brings a sense of fulfillment. Central to Chief Ono's Ikigai, one might say, would be pursuing excellence in sushi preparation and sharing this excellence with those who love sushi and fine dining. And as we can understand, he does get paid well for that, right? Again, all four parts. Passion is there, mission is there, right? Vocation, what he does, and his profession, what he gets paid for. Right, the opposite. Profession, what he does, vocation, what he gets paid for. Another person to bring as an example would be the famous primatologist Jane Goodall, right? Goodall had a passion for animals from an early age, and then she wrote to the famous anthropologist Louis Leakey. And Leakey suggested, why don't you study the present-day apes, right, as a way of studying the primates, right, and the connection to the early human, the way humans act, right? And with the Louis Leakey's help, Goodall started her lifelong study of apes in the wild. She became highly skilled in working closely with apes, documenting their intelligence and social interactions. She also became an animal rights advocate that has helped save apes and other animals from harmful experience and the destructions of their habitats. And we can see how, if we use the idea of the Ikigai, right, Goodall has pursued her passion. She became skilled. She filled the world's need for knowledge and protection of primates. And she earned a pretty good living doing all of this by publishing books, earning speaking fees, and all of that stuff. She's one of the most famous primatologists, one of the famous scientists who studies monkeys, right? The species. One might say that central to her Ikigai is connecting, learning about, and advocating for great apes. And through this connection, she's linking up positive ways with all living things, right? Remember we talked about that 4 areas in the beginning: functionality, then social emotional development, the mental development, and then the spiritual awareness, right? That's what it is. We talked about connecting to all living things. The third example would be a surfer and wildlife advocate, Dave Rastovich. Rastovich is a highly acclaimed surfer, free, we call them, right? He doesn't get involved in contests, but he does have lots of sponsorship, right? He founded Surfers for Cetaceans, an organization devoted to protecting cetaceans, dolphins, porpoise, whales, and all the marine life. Through his life of surfing in the ocean, Rastovich grew to admire the many dolphins who came to ride waves with him in Byron Bay, Australia. Rastovich has clearly experienced a particular type of flow, right? You can even see in the picture, it's a certain flow with his surfing. Through it, he came to appreciate the lives of cetaceans in particular. And that's what his Ikigai is, lying in the pursuit of flow states and surfing, ensuring that other living creatures like cetaceans get to experience their own flow states, right? Connection to other living, rather than just being haunted and held in aquariums or trapped in fishing nets. Searching for Ikigai, one's reason for being or walking each morning joyfully is arguably what many people are doing. Many do this consciously, some non-consciously, right? But even though the concept of Ikigai can vary, as we can see, there's a general agreement that we find it motivating purpose in life is associated with greater fulfillment and happiness. There are basic human drives to pursue our passions, develop our talents, help others, and make a living. Simultaneously, it's not always clear where these drives might coalesce in path that leads to fulfilling life, right? Reflections and self-study is where we are leading, right? Again, the philosophy of Ikigai, I mentioned it before, I'm saying it again. Start small, take small steps, it will take you further. Free yourself from unnecessary baggage. Great chance to get a read of any inner or outer limitation. I actually made a note here for tomorrow. This is a great way to start bringing the ARI or ARR from the basics course. It's about harmony and sustainability. It's about enjoying the little things, and it's about being here now. The Ikigai quadrant, right, refers to, notice, The top part is your inner, your hidden, your personal self, and it refers to the past, what you have done in the past or what you want to achieve in the future. What am I able to do? What do I do best? What are my strengths and skills? What do people ask me to help with the most? Then comes the bottom line, which is the outer visible part, the social environment, social aspect. And this refers to the present, okay? What are the social needs? What the world needs the most? What and who inspires you? These are the questions you can ask to fill in each sphere, each part. What makes you annoyed or frustrated? The third area, again, it's a bottom, so it's an invisible, a social aspect, and it refers to the present. What can I get paid for? It's a money area. What service or product could I sell? What would people pay me for? What job can I do? And the last area, the top, is, again, it's hidden. It's our personal. It refers to the future or past. What is it that I love doing as a child, right? What are my passions? What do I do now in my spare time that makes me happy? So welcome to join the Neuro-Ikigai coaching session tomorrow, where we'll have a practical hands-on where I will show you 4. Originally I said 3 algorithms. I just developed the 4th one. 4 algorithms to join me within the Neurographica Specialist course, okay? You will get 4 versions of drawing, 4 ways to connect the Neurographic method with the Ikigai. I just gave you the explanation, the philosophy of the Ikigai concept. We're going to explore it further as we use it, practice it practically hands-on. Once you submit the drawing, you can submit just one drawing. You don't have to submit all 4 versions. You can choose the best one of those 4. Submit it with a description. The description has to be made correctly, 8 steps of the algorithm and the reflection process. And of course, you will get session notes. I give session notes with all my courses. They're complimentary for all the students. This workshop is open to instructors, specialists, basic users of Neurographica, anyone who just wants to use Neurographic, anyone who wants to learn more about the effective method of Ikigai. Welcome to learn. Welcome to join. Okay, this will take place tomorrow, November 8th at 12 p.m. If you are in my Neurographica Specialist course, this course is free. Very important until the day of the workshop, until the workshop starts. The fee for the course for this workshop is $27 special. The fee after the workshop, you will be provided with a draw recording. It's not going to be live. It will be $39 and you will get all of the above. Okay, to register, please go to my website, lanashalom.com. And welcome to register. I'll be happy to see you. Plus, I'm inviting you to join my new course, Goals and Values, Neuroplanning Your Way into 2024 and the rest of the future. Training will start on November 21st. Welcome to join. Again, my name is Lana Shalom, and I'm here to represent the School of Neurographica by Lana Shalom. My slogan is creative approach to life. Creativity is the best way to live your life. Welcome to join me and do so. Any questions, welcome to PM me, write me in comments, write me an email. And please register and let's start drawing and learning and creating together.